And we are live. Welcome to another episode of AB Trapper Quick Talk. And today we're going to be talking about Xander Zayas calling out Sebastian Fundora after Fundora is done with his fight on March 22nd. That should be a good one. That should be a great one. I think it's overdue. I think at this point, Xander Zayas is owed a title shot. And it's good to see that he's demanding one from a great opponent like Fundora. I think the way Fundora won his titles were kind of weak. He beat Tim Tszyu for his titles. It was a late replacement. Tim Tszyu was supposed to fight Keith Thurman, and Sebastian Fundora stepped in for him. And Tim Tszyu suffered a really bad cut, a really nasty cut. I mean, his team should have never allowed that fight to continue. If his team would have complained about the cut, he would have gotten a rematch, Tim Tszyu. But instead, he tried to fight through. And he was performing great. I mean, Tim Tszyu is a great fighter. And he was putting it on Fundora. But with that cut, it just became too difficult. Xander Zayas has been on a tear with 21 wins and 0 defeats, 13 knockouts. I mean, the kid is looking like a superstar. Fundora is set to meet Corday Booker on March 22nd. Corday Booker been on a 6-winning streak himself. He lost to Austin Williams, who was 10-0. Let's see his record now. His record is 17 wins and 1 defeat. He just lost to Hamza Shiraz. And Hamza just fought this past weekend against Carlo Adams. And that was a draw. And he beat Tyler Denny. Liam Williams got a nice record there. Felt like Fundora took the easy way out. Should have fought somebody with a bigger name. But, I'm not trying to take anything away from this guy. I know he put in work. And, he did what he had to do to be here. Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Corday Booker, but at this point, I just feel like Fundora should be fighting bigger and better names. He got brutally knocked out against Brian Mendoza. And then against Tim Tszyu, if you haven't watched the fight, please go watch that fight. He put up a great performance, and I just felt bad for the guy. Fundora was over there celebrating like he just beat like Leonidas in a fight. I mean, it was just crazy to watch. These judges was just like no remorse at all. And since then, Tim Tszyu hasn't been the same. Hasn't been the same. He lost twice back to back. Now he's fighting Joseph Spencer. Joseph Spencer also just lost. That should be a banger. Well, he didn't just lose. He's on a 3-winning streak. Last time I checked on him, he lost. So that's good to see he's back on track. So this one against Tim Tszyu should be a banger. I mean, both these guys got hands, fast hands. I'm siding with Spencer, but I mean, pause. I'm siding with Tszyu because of the experience. But it should be a good one. I was Spencer. I want to know. Yeah, Spencer's still young, man. 24 years old. He still got a fire in him. Tim Tszyu is 30. I mean, he should still feel like he's in his prime. Grown man strength. So all these guys in the 154-pound division, I mean, they're good. It's just like, I just feel like Fundora is the weakest link out of all of them. Yeah, he's tall. Yeah, he got the reach. But he doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the skills. Dude is fighting against people who's 6-0. I mean, this one guy was literally 13 wins and 32 defeats. I mean, his resume is nasty. I'm just not a fan. I'm sorry. I'm just not a fan. Let me just end it with that. I'm not a fan of Fundora. I think Zayas will eat him up. I think Zayas is very aggressive. His power, his speed. He, he he got it. You know, he's lacking a little defense. He could tighten it up. But it's just like it also depends on who you fight. You know, if you feel like you could just run through these guys and just truck them, then yeah, your defense is not gonna look great. But also you get into a habit of fighting like that. So when you do meet a guy who's at your level, you might be a little too overconfident. You feel me? And you should just slow it down. Slow it down a little bit. That's my only advice for Xander Zayas. Slow it down and be a little more technical. But against Fundora, I don't think you want to be technical. I think Xander Zayas wants to fight Fundora the same way he fights everyone else. Go in there and put hands on them, put paws on them. I think that's the way to fight Fundora. You have to overwhelm the taller guy. Because if you try to be technical with Fundora, I mean, that's just dumb. The dude's reach is like insane. So why would you try to slow the pace down against Fundora? Against someone like Fundora, you gotta pounce on them. You gotta be on them, jump on them. Like you can't give them no space. Xander Zayas is the perfect opponent for Fundora to defeat him. I'm not too positive if Fundora will take this fight. I think after this fight, he will want a bigger name like Keith Thurman, like, you know, a legend or something like that, you know, to get that paycheck. So I think Zayas will get sidelined after this, and he will need to face someone who's also up and coming and is very hot. But I'm just not sure who that is. We do have Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz versus Zayas will be a great fight. I mean, fire fight. But I think Ortiz. I'm not sure if Ortiz is a champion yet. Did he just win a title? He won the interim. I mean, that's just like a mandatory. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I see this fight. I see these guys meeting up. Either one of these guys will become champion. Either if it's Zayas or Ortiz. I'm assuming Zayas' next fight will be a title shot. That's just how the schedule's working right now. Virgil Ortiz just fought. He became mandatory, and now Zayas might become champion, and Zayas will be able to choose his mandatory. I think Serhii Bochuk is still in the picture. This guy is nasty. I mean, he was supposed to get his hands raised against Virgil Ortiz, but he didn't. And this guy is good. This guy will give anyone at the 154-pound division problems. I mean, this guy is gritty. He's tough. You know how all these guys like Virgil Ortiz, Tim Tszyu, Zayas, they all full offense. I mean, they just offense machines. Bochuk is just tough and gritty. Look at that. 25 wins and 24 KOs. And this dude knockouts, it doesn't look pretty. They all look ugly. But he makes it happen. I'm a big fan of this guy, and I think in the end this guy will be on top of all of these other guys. I'm really loving this division. I think this division is one of the hottest divisions in boxing. They have a lot of young prospects, and I really pay attention to this division because these guys are animals at this division. But good luck to Zayas. Hopefully he becomes champion this year. Hopefully he gets a big name and he get that paycheck. You feel me? That's what everything boils down to, right? A good, nice, fat paycheck so you don't got to work no more. Simple. But that's all I got for you. Don't forget to drop a like, a subscribe, a comment, a share. Do all that good stuff for me. Until next time.